For block B2, these are the fabrics and threads you'll need. You'll need your background fabric 1, you'll need your thread, which is a contrast, so I've chosen peach. You'll need your stashed fabric 2, and you'll need a contrast thread for that, and I've chosen lilac. So we have our hooped battleizer on the machine, and we're going to stitch out our pattern for block B2. Step 2 for block B2 is to take your background fabric 1 and fold it into quarters, and at the very corner you're going to clip a small hole, because later on you have to trim, and it'll be much easier to trim if you've got a hole to put your scissors in. Then you're going to take your fabric, background fabric 1, place it right side up over your battleizer that you just stitched your pattern on, and you place water soluble thread in the needle, and you're going to go ahead and stitch your block outline. So we're finished sewing step 2 of block B2, and now it's time to trim inside the stitching line here, and that's why we made this little hole. So I'm going to go ahead and trim about a scant 1/4 inch from the outside, or that inside stitching area, all the way around. So we've totally trimmed out our inside area for step 2, and now we're going to, for step 3, put our thread 1C in the needle only. It's a contrast to our background fabric, so we'll put that in and stitch some decorative stitches in the outside area. Here's block B2 after it's stitched step 3, and so we'll move on to step 4. We've placed our water-soluble thread in the needle, and we're going to take our fabric 2 and place it right side up, right over the block, and it will stitch a tack down stitch. So step 4 has just been completed on our block B2. We stitched down our fabric 2 with our water-soluble thread. Now it's time to trim it, and we're going to trim really close as if for applique, right along the stitching. And we'll go all the way around, and it'll reveal our background fabric. So here's step 4 after I've totally trimmed out all the fabric around the edge. And now for step 5, we're going to put in our thread 2C, which is a contrast to our peach fabric, and I've chosen lilac, so we'll put that in the needle and stitch out the decorative stitches. We're ready for block B2 to put our backing fabric on, so we're going to go ahead and change to our water-soluble thread in the needle only, and I'll take my backing fabric and spray it with a little temporary spray adhesive, turn the block over, and lay my backing fabric over my block. So here's the back of our block B2 with our backing stitched on. So for step 7 of block B2, we're going to put our thread 2C back in the needle and the bobbin and stitch the quilting stitches. I'm about to stitch step 7 of block B2, and I like to draw my bobbin thread up anytime I sew with my backing on the back so that I have a neater looking back, so I'm going to do that. And also, if you have the feature on your machine where you have a jump stitch where it cuts in between the jumps, I would turn that off at this point because you will have a much tidier looking back of your block. Block B2 is totally finished, so we've removed it from the hoop, and now this block is all totally on the inside of the quilt, so all 4 edges will be trimmed using the trimmer by George. So again, we'll snug it up, pull the back or the front of the quilt block back, snug up the trimmer, pull the batting slightly, and trim off your battleizer and your backing. We'll do this on all 4 sides. Block B2, once I've used the trimmer by George on all 4 sides, I'll turn it over so you can see the back. You can see your backing and your battleizer is totally cut right up to the basting line, and we have our front fabric left to cut. So that we use our regular quilter's ruler for that, and we line the 1/4 inch up with the basting line. and we cut away the block front a 1/4 inch away from all 4 sides, 1/4 inch away from the basting line on all 4 sides.